RVBN, the Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly personality weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, professional wrestling video blogs, sports video blogs, entertainment video blogs, top 10 list of everything and anything, and a whole lot more. Collection of my works on Facebook and YouTube. And it goes back to June of 2014 when I started this. RVBN, the only video blog on the internet that matters. Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Monday, November 14, 2016, around 2:55 in the afternoon in Billerica, Massachusetts. Very sunny day out. Feels like a mid-spring and early fall day in the low 60s, which is good. Don't get too many 60-degree days in November. Tomorrow's going to be a little rain showers and about 52 degrees. The rest of the week looks average, which is decent. And next weekend, a little more of a warming trend. But sooner or later, the snow is going to be flying. And if flying, start talking about snow accumulation. But that's weeks off. But we need precipitation. We need heavy wet snow, not dry and fluffy snow, because that won't help the drought. Some news to report on the RVBN News. Why the Boston Bruins goaltender Tuukka Rask has been named the #1 star of the NHL for this past week. He had 2 shutouts, so congratulations to him. Bruins playing pretty good so far this year. There was rumors that they were going to fire Claude Julien after 20 games, but that's not going to happen. Also, the Arizona Coyotes has signed a letter of intent to move to Tempe, Arizona, to a new arena, which is going to be part of a complex with Arizona State University for a hockey arena. So that's good, because the arena they're playing now in Glendale, Arizona is like 45 minutes east of Phoenix, which is not good. And the Tempe, Arizona is south of Phoenix, but it's manageable. It's like 15 to 20 minute drive. And it's Happy National Pickle Day. Week 12 Sunday Night Football, the New England Patriots versus New York Jets game has been flexed out. That's going to go CBS, and in its place will be the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. And sad news to report in the world of news. One of the hosts of PBS NewsHour and Washington Week, Glenn Iffel, passed away suddenly at the age of 61. Prayers to a family in this time of need. And that's about it on the news. I'll be back in a few seconds with my second video blog of the day, the former professional wrestling tag team, pg-13, Wolfie D and JC Ice. You could advertise on the Rich Video Blog Network. If you have your own business, you could private message me and I could plug it so we could get more customers. If you have a shout out and a plug, private message me and I will shout it out. If you have a friend's birthday coming up, or an anniversary, or if it's a marriage proposal or a wedding coming up, or baby, private message me and it will be plugged. RVBN, Billerica, Massachusetts. I'm back. My second video blog subject of the day is the former tag team pg-13. pg-13 was JC Ice and Wolfie D, a white rapper gimmick tag team. pg-13 was mainly big-time stars in the USWA, which was the last regional territory in professional wrestling. They dominated the USWA tag team scene for about 4.5 years, from 1993 until the USWA went under in the fall of 19 1997. Background on PG-13. JC Ice is Jamie Dundee. He's the son of wrestling legend superstar Bill Dundee. Around 1991, Jamie Dundee turned on his father Bill and became a manager called JC Ice. And Wolfie D was an independent wrestler who wrestled in the southern United States. They were put together by Jerry Lawler and Jerry Jarrett in 1993 in the USWA, having like a white rapper tag team gimmick, coming out to rap music and using hubcaps as weapons, and they were called PG-13, and they dominated the tag team scene in the USWA for 4 years, and they've both played faces and heels, and they had some great tag team feuds with Doug Gilbert and Tommy Wildfire Rich, the Moondogs, the Rock and Roll Express, especially in 1995 when they had the SMW/USWA feud where everybody in the SMW who came to USWA were heels, even the Rock and Roll Express. And when PG-13 went to SMW, they were the heels, and also they feuded with the Heavenly Bodies, the Doctor of Desire, Tom Pritchard, and the Gigolo, Jimmy Del Rey, and the Eliminators, Perry Saturn, and John Cronus, and many other tag teams, and they would swap tag teams titles between all of the teams they were feuding with, and usually they would have a couple week title reign. Around the early fall of 1995, PG-13 had a tryout for the WWE. They wrestled on 2 Raws. One was like a squash match, and they faced off against the Smoking Guns in a non-title match. The Smoking Guns were the WWE Tag Team Champions back then, and JC Ice and Wolfie D were kind of good, but they were not offered a full-time contract with the WWE because the WWE thought Wolfie D and JC Ice were too small to get a major push in the WWE, which that kind of frankly was that was disappointing to me because I thought PG-13 could be their version of the Public Enemy. But PG-13 continued to reign supreme in USWA, but in early 1996, Wolfie D lost a Losers Leave Town match to Bill Dundee, who turned heel, and both Wolfie D and JC Ice had to leave USWA for 30 days for a long time, but they came back under mask called the Cyberpunks. And the Cyberpunks acted like JC Ice and Wolfie D, and they had a feud with superstar Bill Dundee and Jerry the King Lawler, who turned heel, which was a rarity in USWA because Jerry the King Lawler's always a face in Memphis, but this was one of the rare times he was a heel, and Jerry the King Lawler and superstar Bill Dundee did not get the mask off of the Cyberpunks. Numerous times they tried to, and other heel tag teams. Eventually the gimmick was dropped and PG-13 reappeared suddenly, and they briefly had a feud against each other, Wolfie D and JC Ice, around summer 1996 in USWA, but that did not go anywhere. It was, pointless in my opinion. PG-13 had another run with the WWE in the fall of 1996 when they were part of the Nation of Domination. They were rapping when Farouk came to the ring, but they had in this thing for about 6 months. They usually interfered in Farouk's matches. They only had one match in the WWE against the Legion of Doom on a Monday Night Raw in May of 1997. The rest of the nations just dumped them, and eventually Wolfie D and JC Ice were back in USWA. back as PG-13. They recruited a new member called pg-187. That was Aldo Montoya, PJ Walker, also known as Just Incredible. Then when USWA folded, PG-13 briefly went to Extreme Championship Wrestling, but they were basically a jobber tag team, losing to the Dudley Boys and Spike Dudley and whoever his partner was, and a couple of other teams, and they mainly wrestled in Southern Independence. They also had another cup of coffee in the big time promotion, WCW, in winter of 1999-2000. They started a feud with the Varsity Club, which was Kevin Sullivan, Rick Steiner, and Mike Rotundo, but that feud just fizzled, and PG-13 was subject to Thunder and WCW Saturday Night after that, getting no push whatsoever. And they were released soon afterwards from WCW. They wrestled together on smaller independents on and off for the next 5, 6, 7 years, until finally both Wolfie D and JC Ice broke up for good. And they had like a solid run as a tag team in USWA, being probably the most successful tag team in USWA history besides the Moondogs, but they never got the big break that they should have deserved in WWE and WCW, especially in 1995, where the WWE tag team scene was awful. They could have had a good feud with the Smoking Guns, and it could have been have the White Rapper gimmick with them as WWE's version of Public Enemy, but it was not meant to be. And that's about it on PG-13. I'll be back with the third and final video blog of the night, which will be about my take on the adult entertainment business. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Punter guy. Marley Oldsblood, WCCOX, and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hutt, so stunning, she's best. Amy Sweezy's awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11 in New York, such a rocking cougar. She's got the best legs in New York City, bar none. Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent. Best legs in Raleigh, North Carolina. And in the words of Dee Patel last week, no bus. See you later. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. Bye now.